Hey, how are you? So, welcome back to this Global Hack Week. Today it's still Monday for me. I don't know which time is it for you. Oh my god, I don't like the virtual background just rounding my hand. Okay, let's get over that. So, let me introduce myself for those who don't know me. My name is Alberto. I'm your Major League Hacking coach from Mexico. So, feel free to post any comment here on the comment sections. I see. So, yes, a hi for Dev Craft Diaries. That's a great name. Well, this is the part two of a series of session I would like to called Open Source with AI. And in part one, we were discussing that actually that name it's really um, global to say it some way, right? Because we're talking about a lot of things when we say open source with AI. And in the part one, we make the distinction and of these many topics. And finally, in the last section, we mentioned that the one we were covering in the next chapters, this part two and the part three coming up tomorrow, will be powering or open source work with AI, accelerating our work, right? So we did make some basics examples last time. I haven't received any um, pull request yet, so I'm wondering that why is that? Do you want swag? But don't worry, this one I will give you another assignment. I will give you another task, and that will be repeat kind of the same I'll be doing today, right? So let me start sharing my screen. And also, I always ask this. Please let me know if anytime here on the comments my voice isn't clear, my camera it's like doing weird stuff. I don't know, like just let me know anything here in comments. Also, if you have any question, I'll be glad to try to answer them. Now let me share my screen here. And okay, this great. Open source with AI. Oh, I'll move my bar here. Great. Open source with AI, part two, and Global Hack Week. Okay, I think we're ready to go. The objectives: discovering issues that you can tackle down right now because these are focused for beginners. Plus, we're accelerating with artificial intelligence. Remember that. And setting up and submit your first pull request using a repo. In a repo using AI. Learning community etiquette and next steps. So here in this part, I'll be giving you some suggestions. What can you expect? How you can stay in loop with the maintainers, be involved in the community, things like that, right? For recap about the previous sessions, we launched ourselves an open source project. In part one from this series specifically, we did upload something to our repo, and in that we there were some exercise I encourage you to do. But also this open source project I mentioned, it's not part of a series, but I will also give a session on how to make your projects open source, right? So I built an open source project template that you can fork directly, copy, download, do whatever you want with that, and start implementing that um, type of template in your project. So you can make open source from this point on whatever project you're making. So today we're going to apply those skills, the one from the template session and the one from the previous session, and start making real AI power. Here I think I put repo. Oh yeah, I said repos, but I'm referring to pull request. I'm sorry about the confusion here. So we're applying these AI tools to make our contributions. So the first thing, of course, every time it's trying to find a place to contribute, right? The great suggestion of all times is contribute to projects you already are working on, right? The ones with the tools you're already using and and stuff, right? And let's turn down the myth that you have to be a great technical skill developer to contribute to open source. There's many ways you can contribute, from reporting bugs, opening issues, making code contributions and in pull request. But you can also do uh, documentation. You can also use tests. You can also use translations. You can also, it depends on which we were talking. For a specific case about artificial intelligence, also we also mentioned the data labeling, for example, data curation, that help tagging or help doing these reinforced learning with human feedback thing about being able to use your only ability. Well, I don't want to be rude with this, but I mean like the ability that you were born with just for being a human, uh, to refine this data and helping the artificial intelligence knowing what's good or what's not. Remember this, because this is really important. Artificial intelligence, it's for those use cases of the things that are normally hard for computers but very easy for us as humans, right? um, Quick example, the computer vision term. I mean, like, for us, we, well, many of us, we were born with the ability of uh, seeing, watching, staring at things, knowing difference just using our eyes, right? And for computers, they don't have eyes, but we have cameras and we can process images, and using many different techniques we were able to become with this called the computer vision, right? And yes, there are many techniques not involving artificial intelligence, but artificial intelligence is one very great use case where the neural networks, or convolutional neural networks, more specifically, are like really handy to processing images, right? Um, but that's just a specific usage. Remember, this can be applied to many other options. The main idea is that if it is easy for humans but hard for computers, maybe there's a chance for artificial intelligence there. If you try to do something that it's already easy for a computer, I don't know, like performing a big calculation, and then hard for humans, maybe you're in the wrong scenario, you're in the wrong case. I don't know, like, but yeah, sorry, I get out of focus. But here the point is that there are many ways that you can contribute to open source, and let's open these guides from GitHub, because these getting started on the, well, really beautiful GitHub documentation page um, tell us a lot of ideas on how we can get started to contribute. For example, discovering relevant projects. Let's say you are new or you don't use any open source tool. That's probably a lie. I encourage you to investigate a little more, because there are many open source tools that are like crucial from our daily work as developers. Um, but hey, that's fine. Let's say you want to discover a new one, right? A new relevant project. There is a topic section on their GitHub where you can find many interesting projects. Like, for example, here they have, you can find relevant projects and good first issues by visiting github.com/topics/machine learning. So let's open that. You can browse popularity topics based in topics. You can also search for repositories that match a topic you're interested in, blah, 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 right? So let's move that. And here on Explorer, github.com/topics, we selected machine learning. But we can go back to the Explore section. And here, well, this is my profile. I don't have any topic started right now, and I have 16 started repositories which I like to follow to see what these people are doing, right? Um, so let's see, based on your public repository contributions, I can use things like tactile sense and simulation, visual tactile manipulation. This is open source and interesting. ASIC Doctor.js, a JavaScript port or of AC Doctor, a modern implementation of AC Doc. Huh, interesting. Ethereum, Git merge. No, celebrating 20 years of Git, call of for speakers. Leap and hand API, control leap hand, there are grass. Well, and we can be scrolling down like if we were on any other social and see some suggestions for me on some humanoid bot learning, paper list for humanoid bot learning. Okay, this is actually interesting. Simulately, a universal summary of coding repair simulator. uh, BDDL, awesome RCJ score, accurate list of relevant Robocop Junior Soccer, pixel art tools recommended by GitHub. Huh. Okay, why not? Let's see a little bit more about this. Animate Sprite Editor pixel art tool on Windows, Mac, and Linux. A simple based tool for spriting an art pixel. Okay, I'm now going to pause this time from this, but let's keep exploring. You don't need JavaScript. CSS is powerful. You can do a lot of things without JavaScript. Yeah, this is really cool, actually. Let's see if they accept contributions for you. You don't need JavaScript. So I think this is more like a curated list. You don't need JavaScript. You need community. Please be aware that the demos might exhibit significant accessibility issues, such as problems with keyboard navigation. Wow. Um, batch. So let's see. Just example. Clock. Wow. I'm under batch. No. Oh yeah, I needed to scroll down. Mhm. Fact section. Of course, this is CSS. Pricing table. Of course, this is it. I don't see anything that I'm impressed with. Animate buttons. Okay. This one it's beautiful actually. Yeah. I don't know how they do it. Uh, Russell. Okay. Well, this is a list, so that not that project we can. There's a lot of contributors, but at least I don't have an example to add right now. So no worries to see this. Web update readme. All authors of the call request to set status panel on it. That's everything we found for you for now. Okay, well, as you see, this is just like the explore. There is no a big thing to how to say it. Not a specific thing I'm looking for. So then we can check out the trendings. This one explore it's based on you. The trendings one it's like in general in the world what's happening. So we can take a look to this money printing turbo generate short videos with one click using AI LLM. So wow, that sounds interesting, right? Money printer turbo, GitHub repository of the day. It's trending. Probably this needs documentation in English that we can help with. But since I don't know this language, I am not the better fit to make this contribution. So, if any of you does, I encourage you to contribute here and make this with an English readme so we can follow along. I mean, there are techniques that we can use. Actually, I think this is a great example. We can come here and open Copilot, since of course you already claimed your GitHub Student Developer Pack under mlh.link/GitHub. And if you don't, I'll leave you with the link. And well, let's open the Copilot. But hey, I see a comment here. Hi, does anyone know if this will be recorded? Anyone? Yeah, sorry, anywhere. And the answer is yes. It's going to be recorded on our YouTube page. Let me look for the link and I'll give it to you. One second. I think it was like YouTube maillyhacking.com, and just let me make sure this is right. Yeah, it is. So here's the link. And thank you. Yeah, no worries. So, since we have Copilot, let's make use of our artificial intelligence tools. Let me make my screen bigger because I think you will see it better this way so I can chat with Copilot. And I will say how to get started with this repository. Simple as that, right? It's searching the code base, it's looking for references, installation and usage. The repository provided installation, how we can do deployment instructions. First, we clone the repo, then we modify the conf.example of tone, Docker, we make Docker compose, and then we have contributions. Issues for new contributors currently. I don't retrieve issues labeled as good first issue. That's fine. Contributions and maintainers. Okay, that's interesting. There's a lot of issues here, so we can start getting. And well, let's first go back and let's ask Capello another thing. Can you summarize what this report is for? This repository is designed to automatically generate high quality short videos using AI, large language model, by providing just a video topic or some keywords. The tool can create video scripts, materials, subtitles, background music, and combine them into a polished high definition video. It supports both a web interface and API for easy interaction. That's interesting. So, let's say issues. Okay, clip merge, Docker, transform, blah blah blah. Sonos support needed. Need help using Llama. Okay. Uh, yeah, I agree with this. I cannot translate all Chinese. So this was just an example of the first repo available here. So let's go back to the training one. I can close these. I am Ali's third depths. This is TypeScript, so we can take a look to this and see why this is trending today. What is this? Well, a lot of things actually. Repositorium. Oh, okay, I cannot read this any. Well, language barrier here. Again, let's ask Copilot then. Tell me about this repository. Bro, can you please send me? Okay, I am not going to. Okay, let's continue here. Please provide answer to the following. Purpose of the repository. The repository appears to serve as a collection of examples and exercise from the All Devs 3 course. Oh, focusing on various AI-related implementation. It provides resource and demonstration given JavaScript type. Okay, okay. Uh, well, then, I don't know what that course is, so I can close it. MLX audio, a text to speech, speech to text, and speech to speech library built on Apple's MLX framework, providing efficient speech analysis on Apple Silicon. Okay, wow, interesting. This sounds complicated actually. Interactive roadmaps, guides for educational content. Interesting. Roadmap.sh, community-driven roadmaps, articles, and resources for developers. View all roadmaps. We have the front-end roadmap, the back-end roadmap, DevOps, full stack, API, AI data science, AI engineer, QA, Python, JavaScript. Well, there's a lot of them. The questions that you test and rate on knowledge. Amazing. Actually, this is one that I think it's worth to start. They have their own page. Wow, AI engineer, new prerequisites. One of these. That's perfect. Yeah, that's cool. Actually, this is really great. I think I have met this before, so it's great to remember that. Love chat and open source modern design AI chat framework supports multi AI providers, knowledge base, FTP. Well, a lot of them. You get the idea, right? So let's pause to the next one. Collections, learn to code, game engines, pixel art tools. These are curated and predefined by the GitHub uh, team, etc. There are common events. For example, the Git merge. I think it's going to happen. GitHub Microsoft Field you have Connect Taiwan launch. Well, many events to explore. The Galaxy 25 that will be great. Virtual GitHub Connects in many places, Minneapolis, Atlanta. The okay, yeah, many ones. So we can close this. Oh no, well, you saw I think that it was worth seeing. So we can use these topics on GitHub to get started to look for new repositories that we can use, right? Um, you can browse by many topics, by popularity, by even developers. That I think that's interesting. So yes, that's a great tool. GitHub, as always, on top. If you need If you're interested in contributor projects, reduce carbon emissions of software, review GitHub's Green Software Directory. That's great. Actually, I didn't know this existed. CO2 an open source JavaScript library that enables you to estimate carbon emissions produced by transferring bytes of data on internet, getting different forms of grid intensity data such as annual, average, and marginal data by country, and make automated queries against green web foundations, green stuff like that. Okay, this is really good. Python package that estimates your hardware is powered, Kepler, Kubernetes based and fusion power level up. Okay. Well, a lot of them. Really interesting. Pyrium Robot Runner. The Robot Runner provides a framework for automatic execution measurement based experiments on robotics software with dedicated plugins from energy related metrics collection. Carbon efficiency. Oh well, what is measurement? Oh, special tools. Contribution to GitHub's green software directory. One day the internet will be renewable energy. Until that day comes, there will be a CO2 cost that comes with every byte of data that's uploaded or downloaded. By being able to calculate these emissions, developers can empower to create more efficient, lower carbon apps, websites, and so forth. So, yeah, I think that that's amazing. Great initiative. Worth sharing here. Documentation change log roadmap. Why use its installation using an okay TypeScript supports publish to npm patch release licenses and all contributors in the world. Okay, let's see what issues they have here. Can we move to the node test runner? Consider implementing subfile exports as we SWD before data reload radio is the opposite of the data cache radio. Include electricity maps, open data in library, add a server-side estimation model to CO2 adjust, add integrations with national, region, local grid data APIs, add a model object to trace function outputs, add a basic software camber intensity implementation, save adding detailed roadmap of changing to SWDM, switch to a plugin style approach, a type check and type emit steps for type annotation. Consider updating the test metrics to support other JS, JS runners like Dino or Blunt or so on. Huh. Consider residual carbon intensity as data we make available. Add green frame to CO2 JS. Automate way to fetch a local snapshot for domain nodes for recognizing use of. So, well, look at this. Um, I think this is a great example of a project that has a good labeling of the issues. So here, can we move to node test runner? This is help wanted, designing, roadmap, data enhancement, confirmed, GA Green Code Challenge. Confirm data help wanted. Well, what does these labels mean? We can come here and see. So it's a book, something isn't working. Confirm, spec out and funded things that we are committed to release. So we can make for sure that sorry, here the SWDM before will be default in the future. What else? It's confirmed. Developers to access real-time grid intensity. Oh, it moved. Sorry. Data through electricity maps. This is already confirmed, and also it's added to the roadmap, as you see. Designing specific outcomes to address, but that we're not committing to. That's interesting. Documentation improves our additions to documentation. Duplicate, this has already happened. Enhancement, new feature or request. Funding required. Good first issue, good for newcomers. Interesting label, right? Oktoberfest, Oktoberfest accepted, help wanted, extra attention is needed, internal facing, blah blah blah. Invalid, this doesn't seem right. JavaScript pull requests that update JavaScript code. Questions, further information is required. One fix, this will not be worked on. Let's take a look to this good first issue one. So I selected that. That means I am going to take a look to this. And let's, before we check the open, let's take a look to the closed ones. What were these? Update constants to use gigabytes and not G, G gigabytes. G, well, what's that? Not GB bytes. Huh. So we can take a look to this. Someone worked with start and PR66, which I merged in mistakenly last night when I tried seedling before. Right now, the build is broken, which means making a release is a pain, but it makes more sense to have a consistent figure of this gigabytes, this issue. Accepts the criteria based to calculations for gigabytes, blah blah, all steps are passing. So it was added the label, it was added to the milestone, it was uh, what's this mentioned on the this is pull request, and then modifications were done, resolved in this pull request, and then merged. So let's see that pull request. This pull request introduced the constant to use base 10 figures for calculations. So when we say gigabyte, we are referring to this. This assumes that the original paper, when it refers to transfer in terms of gigabytes, it's using the same calculation. So as you see, this was a really simple update. Only files changed were this CO2 test to expect different values, I'm guessing. And the constants of the file size to be close to this. Yeah, only values of the constants to make calculations were changed here. The file size, where's this one? And that's it. That's the only thing that was changed. And if we read the document of why this change, because yeah, for us can be uh, how to say it, normal to see these for calculating gigabits, right? Because 100, sorry, 1024, it's like the regular base of a byte that we are going on through. But for a reason, the original value was calculated with these values. So when we say we're referring to this assumed on the original paper, well, they have their reasons. But this was labeled as good first issue. You see? Because, come on, it was kind of simple, right? Saying we can take a look to these different ones. Switch default to use SWD model instead of all one byte model. Big increase in npm package size. Use latest world grid intensity. Update the changelog to include recent releases. This was a simple Markdown file, I think, that was updated. So let's take a look to the pull request. I updated the changelog until the latest release. Oh, No pull request mentioned here. Huh, interesting. But hey, probably that's fine too. Return verbose response for greenhouse tick checks. Look into the use of JSR as distribution channel. Well, let's see then. Okay, wait a second. I see a comment here. Alberto, can you send me a lot of money for slides of pizza, please? The answer is no, sorry, I can't. But I wish I could, friend. Don't you worry. I hope anytime we can share a pizza slide, and I hope that time comes soon. So, continuing with this, to test compatibility of CO2 in JS in with other JS runtimes. Okay, one of the goals we had for CO2 JS project, and one of the reasons we invest a bunch of time in making your sad face. Oh, don't be like that, buddy. I'm pretty sure we can meet soon and enjoy that pizza slide. Um, one of the reasons we had for CO2 GJs, and one of the reasons we invest a bunch of time in making it work as a hybrid library was to support a wider number of runtimes. We recently support the Node.js runtime and most modern web browsers, but are other runtimes that use JavaScript too. Uh, I have some examples below. AppScript, Google has some limited support for JavaScript in Google apps like Google Sheets. There are existing patterns and guarantees for using code from npm inside AppScript. Bun should be compatible. Dino, Elsa are both runtime for JavaScript side server. MongoDB uses the same underlying JavaScript engine as Firefox. SpiderMonkey, wow, yeah, I just released that this is 2022 because for what I know, Firefox doesn't use SpiderMonkey anymore. I think Firefox is under B8 also right now. But yeah, so probably these kinds of cults will be executed in MongoDB itself, a little bit like some folks like crunch data do machine learning inside Postgres. Okay, interesting. How some folks use machine learning inside Postgres. Okay, that's an interesting reading, but not for the moment. Three, Deno, they are planning to have more seamlessly npm and node interoperability in the next couple of months. Understand yet, but we should be good in Dino as of. This will be good to eventually document docs. Here's working in demo. Here's working in bun. Huh. Well, this is kind of old, you know? This is 3 years, I think, almost for now. So the point with this was to discover this good first issues label. And if this repo has one, why don't then look for more like this? Well, we can start closing some of these tabs and get with this document reading back again. If you've been active on GitHub and you find personalized recommendations as the one I showed you in the Explore, okay, Explore GitHub, yeah. Keep up with recent activities, personal dashboard, community support, finding good first issues. If you already know what project you want to work on, or you can find beginner friendly issues in that repository visiting in the contribute section. And for example, you can always find a make your first contribution to Electron. If you don't know Electron, it's how to say it. Oh, doesn't have any first issues yet. Well, Electron, it's a shame it doesn't have any uh, good first issues, but it's a tool for use for making desktop, desktop apps using JavaScript. So the Electron framework lets you cross-platform desktop applications using JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. It's based on Node and Chromium, and it's used by the Visual Studio and many other applications. If you were wondering which apps, well, all of these: One Password, Asana, Discord, of course, Figma, Hyper, which I just love, Loom, Notion, Obsidian, Postman. Well, a lot of them, right? Great. Let's close this. So you find your favorite repository and you just look for the good first issue, right? But hey, Alberto, again, maybe I don't have a favorite repository. Maybe I don't have that. Well, let's go back to these slides, and there is a page called a curated good first issue page called firsttimersonly.com. So let's open that. Firsttimersonly.com. It's a friendly open source project that should reserve for specific newbies, right? In this case, since this is how to say this, an educational purpose, let's do this together, and then you can do it yourself since you're new in contributing to open source. So contributing to open source for the first time can be scary. Let me drink a little bit of water. Great. And a little overwhelming. Perhaps you're a code newbie, or maybe you've been coding for a while, but haven't found a project that you feel comfortable contributing to. So that's also the case. So consider yourself a newbie if you not only if you're new in programming, but if you haven't contributed before. So that's perfect because you probably be very talented, skilled coding, but making a contribution can be, as the page says, a little bit scary, right? So let's find this. You can do it. Here's how. If you have new contributor to an open source project before and you're just getting started, consider exploring these resources. First contribution, up for grabs, goodfirstissue.com, goodfirstissue.dev, code triage, and more, right? Like reading blog posts, get involved with tech talks, uh, and so on, right? So let's explore those. First, contributions. This project aims to simplify and guide the way beginners make you first contribution. If you're looking to make your first contribution, following the steps. So, more detailed list on how to do this. I don't know if this is updated. Like, okay, yeah, the last was 1 hour ago, so I am pretty sure this is really great. Up for grabs. I want to get involved. Filter by last update. Let's check by last week, and I don't have a project name specifically or any label. Git beginner to up, good first issue available, beginner. No, no, none of these tags. Popular tags. Well, let's do JavaScript since, of course, I love JavaScript, and that's it. Let's take a look at this. Have wanted on .NET Aspire HTTP expect end-to-end HTTP and REST API testing for Go. Wow, interesting. Let's take a look at this. Boss Wars, a futuristic real-time strategy game (RTS), and it's made with HTML, CSS, Lua, C, CVP. Okay, it's interesting too. I am also getting more involved with Lua, so maybe we can take a look at this. OPM, interactive learning platform using Python, JavaScript with AngularJS. Also, I think I can help with. Build CLI, it's a command line interface tool for managing and automating common tasks in Java projects. I don't know about Java, so let me turn on again the. Okay, I thought it was turned on. Um, well, some of them famous like Kotlin, some of them not as much, but hey, why not? Help wanted in free code camp. Interesting. Next is down. Let's scroll more. Discourse, HTML validate, Rust, React Native, find first, organizing the information that matters to you and your teams, the knowledge of your world. But that's with Java. TypeScript, help wanted also. Let's see, maybe we can make a contribution to TypeScript. That will be interesting. React, Storybook, Apache, Datafoo, Ubus. Okay, we opened many, so let's take a look at them. Uh, HTTPS Pact says, oh, but this was for Go, right? Let's take the issues. So some of them are help wanted. Let's see a little bit more explanation of what that help wanted is. Contributions are welcome. Okay, support negative indexes in array. Uh, let's see if that's for Go. I want to make this available. Super negative index is an array that value, array that has value, array that has value. Semantics will be the same as in Python. This feature is useful when you want to check boundary values in the array beginning at end. It becomes especially useful. Okay. Um, so this was added, and in March 24, hi, is this issue still available? I would like to work on it. Whew, here, added two commits that reference this issue. So maybe this is not available anymore. So let's take a look at this. Oh, sorry, my bad. It support negatives index in array. Oh, this was already merged and this was commit. Uh, that's bad. That wasn't reflected here. But hey, take a look at this. Add test value raw. Add new test value raw for value that raw method. Hello, here's the PR for adding a new test. Okay. Also, we were left behind. We need to find another one. Buzzwords. New download. Okay. No, this lose my attention. Opia, what was this? Online tool enables easily create and share interactive activities called explorations. Okay, free education for everyone. Yeah, let's see if we can help. A lot of issues. Wow, bug impact high, server errors. Okay, new contributors. How to get started? Interesting. Feature request. Implement acceptance test for criteria. Let's see the labels. Architectural refactor, bugs, breakit, console error, dependencies, deprecations, enhancement, you have actions. Good first issue. Let's take a look to that. Okay, let's see the good first issues one. Blog, blog, sorry. Link needed at drop down menu. Let's see the well, yeah, this was 2 weeks ago. Email links are not working properly. Uh, AI book in revision. Blog link needs a blog page. Only do it with the first issue. Yeah. Is your feature request related to a problem? Please describe. Please check this video. Okay. Let's see the video. That's fair. Okay, that's great. And I think we just found our issue, yeah, unless someone else win us. 3 weeks ago. This was 3 weeks ago. Sub issues, Blanc needed a drop on menu. Is your feature request? I suggest to add a link of blog in about dropdown. How's that? Okay, I think we are understanding the problem here. Uh, the author also linked this sub issue, added enhancement prior needed. I created issue and then once issue, please have a look and or please tag concerns team. This is happening in main side, org side, and test server. But as a user, it's easy. How a user will know that after signing in, he cannot go to blog directly. He have to go to teachers parent section. Okay, so one of the authors, I'm guessing, says hi. As instructed, I attempt to resolve the problem. If the result meets your expectations, do let me know so I can create a pull request. Thank you. Summary of changes. Oh, maybe this was fixed then. Okay, yeah, no output. Yeah, and the link was added. That was really simple. I really expected that we could do that. Uh, oh, okay. So one problem is fixed. Seems reasonable. Thanks. I would thank you. Good first issue was added. Automation. Hi, looks like we assigned. Mentioned 20 hours ago. Uh, yeah. Sorry. This is already a pull request. Ah, great. So it was cool that we already are checking how we can do this. Right. We just need to find one that's not taken yet. Uh, but hey, it's awesome how we already manage, and I for myself do my mental process on how we're going to do this. But hey, yeah, that's great. HTTP expect was this? Oh, I think I've closed the Oppo one. Okay, don't worry. Add the compressed helper function. No, but this was the HTTP one. Let me. Yeah, let's close this one. Free code camp. Why don't return something to ones who had gave us a lot? Okay, let's take a look to some of them. Status waiting triage, status pairing works, scope curriculum, first timers only, update CAD, painting workshop steps 46 to 49 to use specific asserts. Okay, let's open this and let's see what the full stack cert is. This label is for the new full stack certification. Okay, Oktoberfest, help wanted. Okay, let's see if help wanted and first times only. And let's see just that. Oh, no, really? Well, maybe just. No, I don't want to group them. I just want to see. Okay, first times only. Oh, but that cat painting workshop to use specific. Okay, these are the same, but I see they have already. Yeah, this is locked. Okay, I'm guessing these also. Yeah, this is locked. And in help wanted, maybe we can find something. Hmm. Test is too strict in Event Hub Lab. Remove validations, import fonts, build a launch, CSS typography, full stack HTML accessibility, issue it, exercise. Okay, let's move to the next one. A lot of issues in TypeScript labels. Let's see for the good first issue. Okay. Uh, this one does not have any pull request related, or this one, or this one. Sort uses that parameter suggested by our meant position. Scope of this last make default just mock react. That's a lot of discussion on there. Indentation it's too aggressive for ternary operation. Cannot load custom definition in file repository. Get definition at position doesn't distinguish different key kinds in a merge declaration. Okay, let's see this one. What's that about? You need quotes around the name. The error message tells you in the future, please use Stack Overflow for questions. Okay, this was an interesting discussion. Um, One thing that happened here, and it's great to take a look, it's that these Mr. Des Jardins was saying like, okay, I have these thing that happened to me, and this other guy Ryan says like, hey, you need to do this, and the other message is this, and you see this negative hand, because I think he was kind of rude, saying like, in the future please use Stack Overflow for questions, since Mr. Desjardins doesn't have a question. He truly has a problem, and it replies like, okay, the compiler message, it's not clear. It was working with an empty module, blah blah blah. Um, then they start talking like, this happens because it's like it is, blah blah blah. And then a third person appearance is like, what do you think about, what's your suggestion for make it better? Then start talking about that, and he receives a thumbs up from anyone from the community. I think that was a suggestion that makes sense. So this contributor uh, says like, okay, uh, the real issue here is this, and you can elaborate on this other. Then the other person that was rude at first say like a bunch of things here. The contributor reopened this and added some labels and said like, okay, this can truly be an interesting error or something that we can update. So pull request are welcome, but take a look to the time. I don't know, like, this is kind of old, so we are passing. So nothing in TypeScript, nothing in Free Code Camp. Let's take a look then to the good first issues page. We can search for language. We can add HTML. We can add JavaScript. We can add TypeScript. We can add, why not? Well, let's do it. We chose those. Um, let's see Lua. Issues labeled. Okay, none of them. Repo stars. It doesn't matter if it doesn't have any repo starts. So sort by. Okay, sort by. Don't want to. But let's see. English for business and entrepreneurs. What is this about? As business professional, I need to improve my business English skills so that I can effectively communicate, tell assumption, identify opportunity. Hmm, I don't know what happened here. Token, yeah, 2 days ago. No, I don't want this. Uh, UI request access button should be disabled with no roles exist. Okay, interesting. Let's take a look to this. Uh, this is something about Argo CD ephemeral access extension. This project provides an Argo CD extension to enable ephemeral access in Argo CD UI. I don't know what Argo CD UI is, but hey, why not? Let's take a look to the video. Okay. Huh. I don't know. Could be an option, but I don't know. Modernized build system. Help wanted, good first issue. It's JavaScript, HTML, shell. It has not that low stars, so it has many stars. It was 6 hours ago, so this can be interesting. The repo is this. So Muir or FF Mui and React final form. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by and taking a look at this project. Let me briefly explain what it does. Great. Thank you. In order to integrate React Final Form with a UI component library such as Material UI, you will need to create a theme wrapper that passes properties between Mu and RF component. After searching Material UI, I don't think I said this, React Final Form. After searching around for who else has done this, you have stumbled across this project. Okay, sadly, figuring out the nuances of passing properties across multiple components is not trivial. It takes a lot of trial and error, and hopefully you're grading test along the way too. Hahaha, yeah, right. Since you're probably in a rush and just want to get on building features, this repo provides a set of modern and unit test React components that make it easy to you to drop your own JavaScript and TypeScript project as a small npm dependency. Okay, this sounds interesting. If you like this, please getting started. Uh, Keep up to date. Upgrades and components. They have a contribution section. Helpers contribution. Bingo. Building debugging. I think they don't have a contribution. Oh yeah, here. Well, welcome and contributions. In order for your PR to be accepted, you'll be required by an automated system to agree to sign a contribution lines agreement. It's effectively the same as a batch software foundation one. Okay. So the modernized system has a good issue. As with everything in JavaScript ecosystem called roots, I'm sure the build and test system is totally out of date with modern practices. As part of the upgrade to the latest version of the dependencies, it will be nice to do this upgrade alongside of that. Oh, this is really ambiguous. Actually, this it's like refactoring the whole project. Come on, you have to be more specific, right? Upgrade. Okay, that modernize the build system. Oh, I mean, yeah, you mean like using other tools? Okay, let's see again what tools are using for building. I can check the package JSON for that. If they say workflows, no, just jam. On push and pull request, the build is done with the checkout B1. This could be B4. Use Node.js, Matrix Node.js version, setup node, Matrix node version, yarn, build, and test. Yarn, yarn test. Eh, let's see then again the package JSON to see what those scripts are. Scripts. DTS watch, DTS build. What's DTS? I'm not familiar with DTS. DTS CLI. Let's take a look to that just to see what it is. Hey, I see we have another comment. Could you please put the link to that repo in the chat? It's hard to see the URL. It's okay. I can see the repo name now. Oh, I'm sorry. I just read your comment. I think it was 16 minutes. Well, no, 3 minutes ago. So I'm guessing you're mentioning this one. Uh, yeah, right. The material UI to what was the other one? React Final Form. Uh, Here's the link. If you refer to other repo, yeah, okay, perfect, yeah. So here it is. Uh, Yeah, let's see what the TS is and why this project uses it. Um, Despite all the recent hype, setting up a new TypeScript React library can be thought between rollup, Jest, TextFunction, Rara, and getting VS Code to play nicely. There is just a whole of stuff to do. Develop, test, and publish more TS package with an easy so you can focus on your awesome new libraries and not waste another afternoon on the configuration. Huh. Well, then sounds well. The last publish was a year ago. I don't know if it's worth to try to modify this because this is not a simple. Yeah, thanks. No worries. This is not a simple update. I mean, in a regular process, it of course depends a lot of the project, but in a more complex project or with more stars or with a bigger community, you cannot just simply go and change stuff unless you're asked for that. If you realize it on the TypeScript community, the description of the good first issue was already discussed, already accepted, or something like that, or green label good to go, or something like that. Because you cannot take a decision like this, like change things in the project directly, uh, as if it was nothing. I mean, like, okay, the author is the one saying this. So for this, I just wanted to make sure, like, yeah, this is for the author, and yeah, we could start suggesting and other things. For example, when I worked in TypeScript projects, not with um, React specifically, because it's been a while since I just do just React, but in TypeScript projects in general, I do just Webpack build, and I don't know if that's a modern start or something modernized between quotes as the author wants. So we can start a discussion here, um, but I don't know. I want something simpler to to add support for a seven, please. PRs are welcome, of course. Uh, yeah, I don't know if this fits to good first issue because I think this is kind of more complex. But hey, there's a bunch more we can take a look to. Let's see, over 100 stars. That will be a good feature. Complete 5 bind 11 box wrappings and test. Wrong avatar update instructions for users registered by Google. Find a mentor. Okay, this is interesting. And this was 7 hours ago. HTML, CSS, and a lot of stuff. So let's close these ones from the new. Wrong avatar update instructions for users registered via Google. When users created with Google provider, the avatar hosted on Google, not Gravatar. So in this case, the instructions need be change your avatar on Google. Just need to replace avatar and link with Google and link. Yeah, I think this is plenty fair. Let's take a look to the project to see what it said about. Looking for a mentor? Please read our mentorship guideline. Go to mentorscoaching.io. This is the page, filters, name, blah blah blah. Lots of people registered. Uh, Great for them. Register login, search for mentor. Use the filters to be matching. Find one or more, hit the apply, blah blah blah. Want to be a mentor, requirements. Want to contribute to the project. This is a section we were looking for. That's why we're here. Have an idea? Please use a branch and create a pull request. If you aren't sure how to do this, ask us or find a new mentor who can assist. Don't have to comment, please open an issue. Workflow. This section describes the workflow to follow when working a new feature or a bug's fixing. If you want to contribute, please follow the steps for this project. Let's start with that. Find a mentor from me. Yeah, let's create the fork. This is going to take a little, but I think we found ourselves the issue we wanted. So I have this. This is mine now. Well, I forked it. So yes, clone the fork repo, of course. So let's open myself in the terminal. I'm going to cd to developers, and here I'm going to git clone this one with my personal settings. Add the original project as remote for this example. The name is upstream. Feel free to use whatever you want. Oh, I'm sorry. So I'm going to add that remote. Oh my god, lost it. And then I can code the project name, find mentor. Then here, let me make this bigger. So, in general, it takes a lot of searching to find something to contribute to, especially for first timers, right? Also, is there a way to search based on programming language need? Yes. The answer will be yes. It is harder when you don't contribute to projects that you normally use. And that will be for tomorrow's session. Tomorrow's session, I'll be contributing to a project I use, and I'll be contributing to, yeah, I already know, like, this session, the intention was to find a easy contribution, the walkthrough to the whole process, how I'll do it, and that's it. The answer for the can we search based on the programming languages? The answer is yes. Also, either in the pages I shared, the good first issue, the find project.com, blah blah blah. In all of them, they have filters for programming language, and also in the GitHub topics, you can filter to programming languages. Um, but yes, the answer is sometimes it's even harder to find where to contribute than the contribution itself. But let's keep with that. I mean, like that doesn't discourage us. Git remote add. Oh, okay. I need to add upstream, and I need to do it to the previous to this. GitHub.com/. So origin, I have it. Oh, and also I have upstream. That's great. Wait a minute. In which moment I added? Well, and I need to add the upstream as this. Yeah. Uh, that means important for my configuration. But yeah, we can continue. Navigate to the project folder, run yarn, yarn. I don't have yarn. uh, oh my god, I will need to install yarn. Um, the dependencies, there is script, yarn test. Okay. Um, npm install, of course. Type A to run all tests. Type quit to quit. This will start Cypress and set that up. Ooh, dependencies error. Ooh, okay, that's an issue, but I will do this. Well, no. Better it's to do something like React 69. Let's increase this to oh no. Okay, let's use AI then. That's why this session is intended. So we pass this, and let's wait for Copilot to tell us what will be an accurate response for that. These issues because Next 12 package requires React version 17, but your project's using React 16. You need to upgrade React and React DOM. So let's do this. How is that? React could not resolved from React area of canvas from the root project. Okay, so we need to add more. So trying to extend React 17, but React 16 it's needed for React area of canvas, so we can try to upgrade this. Let's see if they have a table for compatibility or something like that. Downgrade React to a version compatible. Final alternative. Yeah, that supports uh, version. No. Yeah, so the problem is that they do not support version 17. Probably someone already mentioned this. Let's see for the issues. Wrong avatar, see user activities status because the feature request, move out, convert, draft, modal button, TypeScript please. Okay, yeah, won't be fixing this, so npm install force. And let's see if the project runs. If no, I'm afraid we will have to look for another project. Interesting stack there. In the meantime, I'll be looking for another uh, clean up the tool list in YAML when adding MCP server tools. Migrate to a proper login system. Declaration file attributes on define contains absolute pad instead of relative. Okay, this could be enhancement. Remove default transactional message check. Listener use less code rule. Use uh, oh, I don't know. Hmm. Not replicate memo action memo for other nodes. Fix add missing docs. Maybe this. Let's see. Okay, it's coming up. Find have config procedures and assign the declaration file attribute here. This code makes it easy so that documentation output for config variables contains the absolute path. Requires real hotfixes to work around signs. Make it so the declaration file is the relevant path to the source. Remove duplicate memo action menu for other nodes. Describe the book. A clear and consistent description of what the book is. Yeah, to reproduce steps. Okay, this added book. Okay, this probably won't be valid since no one of the team has said something. And the description of this does not mention why you should remove the duplicate memo. This dude just do it. So yeah, I don't think that will be good to do. Um, okay, with no assignments, return to zero. Rewrite GS to S to TS and TSX. Okay, we can do this. Let's see. Let's see. Um, let's do this really quick. We can close this. Come on, how you're doing? Okay, it's working on this. Hmm. Okay. Currently, there is JavaScript code that must be rewritten in TypeScript for type safety. Okay. Hackathon. Privacy idea generator. Use cases idea tool from hackathons to the next idea explorators. How to add organizational idea. Text packs, getting started, learn more, deploy universal. Okay, we can do this. Even if there is no, uh, how to say it, uh, rewrite an AI-based idea generator. And this is a good first issue. Wow. Refactor documentation. Okay, there is no discussion on this, but let's try to do it. More interactions with my documents page. There are a few things that I will be like to be able to do in my documents and my documents page in order of my personal preferences. Delete documents, reorder the list of my documents, each by column, rename documents. Okay, let's do this one, the rewrite JS to TS and TX, because I think we can do that really, really quick with AI. Um, we are going to do hackathon use cases. We are going to close this also, close, 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 all of these ones. And also this rewrite, let's open that again. So we are going to fork this. Let's create the fork. Let's code this also. Let's go back here. This was added, but I don't want it anymore. Hyper git clone. I'll be deleting find the mentor and code hack a done houses. Hackathon use cases. Okay, perfect. We already have these two. So here, what it's needed, it's simple as saying rewrite yes to, let's say edit, let's say all, and correct, there's a JavaScript for type safety. Hmm. Okay, assets, no. Components, probably. Library, inside. Library, inside. Well, no, assets, no. Inside components, inside the public, no. Inside the pages, inside the source, no. Inside styles, no. I think that's just all of that. Git checkout. Rewrite JS to TS. And while this works, let's see if we have instructions to run this, how to add text specs, npm run dev, npm inits, I suppose. Um, yep. Come on, what's happening? Okay, rewrite to TSX type script. I'm guessing it will do. Maybe it's due to the internet why this isn't working. Okay, perfect. I'm sorry, it was moved. I don't know, but I think things are done right. It's working. We still have time, I guess. So I will probably be closing after this is done and I submit the pull request. You see how easy it's to make contributions once we choose the right um, rebuild the right issue to tackle using AI tools. As there are, we checked some cases where it can be difficult because it's not as simple as asking an artificial intelligence. Remember, uh, these are tools, and this example works perfect because JavaScript to TypeScript, it's just annoying, but it's simple. It's it's a way to go exercise. Like there's a lot of documentation, there's a lot of way to do it. There's plenty information. It's just matter of um, not being tedious to do it anymore, right? The previous examples we checked at about adding, for example, a new build engine, or changing or updating all the code for the repository for modern practices. There's a little bit more complex. There are some things that artificial intelligence, it's not good to do it yet, or if you fully relied on them, you probably be introducing some errors or some yeah, some kind of problems in your code. That's not good, even more if there's open source. But in this case, we take a look at, we find the perfect example for applying artificial intelligence. So we are ready to go. Let's see how this is doing. Okay, the TypeScript conversion was applied, but there are some issues. Missing types declaration and are missing declarations. Suggest fixed. So I will do this. Of your TS config, and I'll say make the TS config update yourself. npm registry. Okay, that's not registered. Uh, hey, I saw this. But hey, you're missing a lot of JS, JSX files to change. Okay, privacy data generator. And then we can start working on this, right? This was changed, DSX. Okay, it's doing it. I think it's going to take its time, but it's doing it. So, I don't think we will have time for finish this. Uh, probably for next session I will show you how this end up. But hey, let me know. Do you have any question before we close up? Anything I can help with? Else, I would just like to return to the slides to tell you like uh, contributing. We fork the repository. We install dependencies. We read the contribution or the kernel conducts. If they don't have, well, you have the contributing process. If they don't specifically add that, that's the same for almost everyone. You can do what I did, just fork it, create your process, and then make your pull request. If they do have a contribution guideline, just follow the steps in there. They probably have some things different or some other templates that you must fill or some things like that. And we were to the live demo to having this. You could use as me as the branch feature, the thing you're doing. Well, that'll be it. The next thing for you is to do this with yourselves. Take some time, find an interesting project or something you would like to contribute. I show you many ways to do it. I show you different tools for finding them. And take the criteria I used in this session to decide if you can do contribute to one project or not. And that'll be it. It's your time to do it. You can contribute and make your first pull request in real life, right? Uh, so after you already make your pull request, you can tag the maintainer. You can follow the discussion if they have like a big community or something, or it doesn't have to be big, but it depends also on the project. Sometimes there's community discussions, issues. uh, there are discord servers. There are many ways to communicate with the rest of the contributors. You can leave your pull request, add all necessary information. Some projects have already made uh, templates to you to fill, and after that, you celebrate your merge, your pull request, and you can stay engaged to that project to see how it evolves, and then you can contribute more later. Not only in a good fix issue, but in more complicated ways, right? And that will be it. The next steps, it's track your status, make sure you get accepted, find more labels like we just did, like the good feeders issue. There's the help wanted. You also see me look for this. Join the community. Again, there are many ways you can communicate with the rest of the contributors. And mention new or commerce as the great example we saw on the TypeScript. Don't be rude with the new contributors. Better talk with them. We discuss what's coming on, why they are asking for a new feature, why they think something is bug. Elaborate, talk a lot, and that's open source. Just it. Thank you so much. I'll read you if you do have any comments. If you don't, then we can go now. Thanks so much for joining. It was my pleasure to be with you this session, and I'll be with you also tomorrow for keep exploring open source with artificial intelligence. Right? Tomorrow, let me spoil you a little bit. We are going to be working with a tool that some of you created, some of the melee hacking community created. This tool I knew because I attended Revolution UC Hacks. So this was one of the projects. It wasn't a winning project, but I think it was really cool. And the main focus for this project was to be able to help with the aid of artificial intelligence to new open source enthusiasts, right? So we will explore this tool tomorrow, and also we will be contributing more, right? See you. Have a great day. Have a great night. I don't know what time are you, so just happy hacking. Oh, I don't find this. Well, that wasn't the close up I was wondering, but hey, see you.